New idea to launch? I'll teach you the startup rule of 20.
Hey out there, it's Lauren Powers, business and marketing coach, sharing stories of bad entrepreneurs turned profitable business owners and how you can learn from our stories to help you grow in your own business. These are real stories, y'all, so it's gonna get real spicy. Pull up, let's get it.
Welcome back to another episode of the Bad Entrepreneur Podcast with me, your girl, Lauren Powers. Welcome, y'all. So it's just me today. We're just going to chat real quick about the whole concept behind starting up a new idea. So I love this space because we can all be visionaries and we can all be dreamers and deep wishers and hopeful thinkers. But it's different when you take this idea or something that's been in your head for a while and you actually are making the commitment to yourself. Like, you know what? It's time for me to take this idea to the world. I want to make money. And hopefully none of us play small when we're opening businesses. Like, we don't open businesses just to make pennies, right? We open businesses to hopefully, make a great side hustle, to make a living, all different kinds of things, feed our retirement, etc. So I'm going to challenge you all. If you have a startup idea, and I mean small or large, I don't care if you're opening a lemonade stand or if you're trying to compete and be the next Walmart. Okay, on whatever scale you are operating on, I want you to learn the rule or the law of 20, okay? Now, this isn't something that I'm creating. There's nothing new under the sun. I've been in many, many programs where they talk about the level of support that you really need to see an idea through to the end. So let's just come up with an idea together. Let's think, okay, we want to create a new car. All right. We are engineers and, forget the electric cars and forget all these gas powered cars. We are going to make some new battery powered car that is great for the world. It's great for the economy. So we got to think about how many people it's going to take for us to get this idea out to launch. The rule of 20 applies to the people that and the resources and the assets that are needed for you to get your idea to market. And generally speaking, if you don't have 20 people in your Rolodex, in your black book of individuals that you can write down their name, their phone number, and their email and actually contact them for support, it's probably a good idea for you to not move forward with this business endeavor. Me, myself, I could be the best car designer in the world. I could be all the things, but if I don't have 20 people that I can count on or call to even business coach me, to help me understand, the manufacturing process. If I don't have anyone I can rely, to maybe introduce me to a buyer, those would be the list of people and the list of assets that I would use to put out a product. That's when you go from having like a skill set to truly being a business owner founder. Lots of us have skills. You'll hear me talk about this a lot, but just because we have skills doesn't mean that we have a viable business. All right. So if you're really, really good at braiding hair, who are the 20 people that you know that will help you get your hair braiding business off the floor so you can focus on braiding the hair? All right. Name, phone number, email, and think about all the different parts and pieces of putting this business out into the world. I'm going to give you some ideas of the types of people you need, to be introduced to or to know or to network with when you're thinking about business ventures. Okay, marketing. So if you have a new idea, it doesn't really matter if you don't have customers. And the only way to get customers is if people, A, already know, like, and trust you, or B, if you put your message out there to the world to get new folks, right? So who's going to help you with marketing? Or do you happen to have 20 people who'll just buy from you? Maybe you're making, some new gluten-free cookie. You can definitely put me on your list of people that will buy from you because I live a gluten-free lifestyle, right? So think about marketing. Think about customer service. Remember, we don't open businesses to play small. We open businesses to make money, to make the side hustle really matter, okay? So if you aren't managing the new leads or the traffic or the business, or if the customer service is failing, that business venture may not last that long. So who's going to help you or teach you or coach you on the customer service aspects of it, okay? What about product development? Some people want to make their own, nail polish, or maybe you want to make your own lipstick, or maybe you have an app or a software or some sort of IP that you want to develop. Who is going to help you with the product development? It can't all come from you. So when you start thinking bigger vision and a better blueprint, you may align yourself with the right people in the beginning, or determine that this probably isn't the right thing for me to do because I don't have the right support. So part of your marketing plan doesn't mean your idea or business is trash. It means that we need to align ourselves with the right people to help us put our product into the market so we can be profitable, hopefully within the first 90 days, 6 months, or a year, right? We don't want to keep going year after year after year where we're constantly trying to figure out how to make this business work. The rule of 20 helps you avoid some of those mistakes, because ideally, those 20 people are people that A, already know you, B, like you, and C, trust you. Those are the 3 things that we say all the time in marketing to prove if a business concept idea is viable or not. The know, like, and trust factor matters. All right? Even guys, me, when I launched my podcast, I definitely didn't go into this thing blind. You'd be crazy to think that I don't have a list of 20 folks that I'm going to be speaking with and communicating with and sharing their knowledge with you. I had that in my mind already before I hit the go button, which is why I knew that this can work, all the way from the studio that I'm in to the makeup and hair to, the people that are picking up my kids after this recording is done. They were on my list of 20. And that's when I knew I was checking off the boxes. I knew I had a graphics person. I knew I had a website person, an amazing podcast studio for beautiful production, right? I had a website person in mind already. I already have sponsors that are already reaching out to me. All of those were the making of an idea that that is not going to live just in my brain, but it can get out to the world without me being the bottleneck, and likely will hopefully be successful, right? I hope you like, share, and subscribe this podcast, right? That's the goal here. So y'all, the rule of 20, name, phone number, email, and can you call them, and what specifically can they help you with to make your business idea profitable in the future, all right? Go ahead, like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. You can find me on Instagram at I am Lauren Powers. I will see y'all next time on the Bad Entrepreneur Podcast. Take care, y'all.
The Bad Entrepreneur Podcast. After all, we can't run from my past. Talk about it. Bad Entrepreneur Podcast. Let's talk about it. The Bad Entrepreneur Podcast.